Despite being one of the most profitable industries on the planet, we give Big Oil and their friends $113 billion a year in subsidies. So we headed to the heart of Big Oil's power, Houston, Texas, and planned a 1-mile bike ride between the headquarters of the 5 biggest oil companies in America. We were lucky to be joined by the Ride for the Future, a dozen young people biking 1,000 miles from New Orleans to Dallas to raise awareness about the real impacts of oil and global warming. At each stop, we gave an award of unappreciation to the oil company, and Ride for the Future shared real personal stories about the company's impacts on the planet. But a funny thing happened this week. ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson said, sure, global warming's real, but that it's not as serious as lazy journalists and an illiterate public think. We're calling it Rex's Let Them Eat Cake moment. So we grabbed ourselves a cake and headed off to Houston, just in time for the city's monthly critical mass bike ride, where we met hundreds of people. Our first stop were the offices shared by ConocoPhillips and TransCanada.
But we also did shelter-in-place drills, where we would tape up the windows and tape up the doors and prepare for a chemical or like an explosion or something to be going wrong in the refinery. And so, I mean, I've done that since I was 5 years old.
The only real industry I've seen before was like one little coal plant in New Hampshire. And so one of our first stops was Baton Rouge, and in Baton Rouge, just like my eyes were opened.
However, Richmond is also a low-income community. It has one of the highest rates of violent crime in the United States per capita. It lacks access to fresh, healthy food, and on top of that, you've got a refinery right on the north side of the city that's one of the leading causes of pollution in the United States.
Something I was baffled by too was these areas, especially the areas where Exxon are located and everything, the communities that have these refineries like in their backyard. Cancer was just like, it was just so normalized. It just was, you know, it wasn't even something where like, oh my gosh, you know, your family has cancer, or someone in your family has cancer as much. It just was like, which cancer?
It was a moving and effective day, even if we did get a little rained out. But since no one from ExxonMobil wanted to eat the cake, we decided to eat it ourselves.